Kambwili's page and on President Lukuku's page. We are also live now on the ADD Secretary General's page. So you are here this morning to get a very important press statement from the alliance partners. And our format this morning will be that we'll get statements from the presidents who are present today, and we'll ask questions from the members of the press. And the questions will only come from those who are from designated press houses. So, sorry about that. And continue, please, to observe the COVID-19 regulations. So I see ensure that you continuously observe the COVID-19 regulations as set up by government in terms of ensuring that you have your masks on unless you're speaking. And even after the press briefing, we ask that you shall continue to observe the rules and regulations so that we are all safe in as far as our health status is concerned. Thank you very much. And now we shall begin. We've had a prayer from our national chairperson, Honorable Mango. We've done that already. And so now I will now call upon the President, President Lukuku, who will give some opening remarks and then also introduce the leadership that is sitting in front of you. Thank you very much. President Lukuku, please, the chair.
I would like to thank you, Madam, for the kind words that you have used this particular platform. We are the Opposition Alliance, and it is ourselves as Opposition Alliance members to see to it that it's almost 2 years down the line, we are sitting on the same table and we are addressing issues that are affecting our nation. So this is something that is very, very milestone for us as Opposition Alliance. My President, Dr. Kambwili, President Hichilema, will give us a very detailed guidance to the reason why we have gathered here today for this particular important time that we have. It's just important for me to mention that we have got a concern about the way the police are handling the political stage of this republic, because you are going to see that we are almost like going in a situation that we may refer to as a political lockdown as opposition. You are going to find that we as opposition political leaders, especially alliance members, we have got squeezed space when it comes to us talking to the masses, communicating our message to the masses. It is very, very difficult going under a political lockdown. You are going to find that there are assemblies and crowds that are gathering everywhere. When they gather and they're supporting the hotel, there is no coronavirus. But when we can stand and start to speak a different view that we want to communicate, I think then it is us, the opposition, that have got the potential to spread the coronavirus, which is very, very retrogressive as far as democracy is concerned. So on that one, we would like to say that the police, including the government, should be there to distribute fairness. Fairness must be distributed for the responsibility of all political players. You check on people gathering at will as long as what they're doing is in expectation of the patriotic front. That is very, very, it's unfortunate for us. And before I give my presidents to give keynote speeches on this particular platform, there is something that I would like to actually mention, which is very disturbing, and I'm talking about the way ZESCO have sold a piece of land around the Victoria Falls. Sometimes people used to talk about selling the Victoria Falls and we thought like it was a joke. But the mass newspaper of yesterday reported that a very big piece of land around the Victoria Falls have been let to our colleagues from China, which is very, very detrimental. It's very, very negative as far as sovereignty and nationality of our republic is concerned. So this is what we are supposed to be asking as to why we are going to such directions. It's very, very unfortunate for our republic to see that a lot of what we expect to have been safeguarded for the responsibility and possession of Zambians is now going to the interest of other foreign interests. I think, and we think as opposition alliance, we will have a huge task of taking back all of what has been dispensed to foreign forces back to the possession of Zambians. And I think that is our responsibility. And I think that's why we are there, is to ensure that what belongs to Zambia is given back to Zambia. We are not going to be tenants and slaves and laborers in our own country for the interest benefit of others. That's not acceptable. Having given those opening remarks, I'd like to introduce my gentleman at the far right there, Mr. Anakoka, that's the Secretary General of the ADG. President Charles Barupi is in Western Province. We have got Dr. Kambwili next there. We have got President Hakainde Hichilema, and I'm James, President of the RPP. I would like to invite President Kambwili to give us the speech. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. You will excuse me, I'll have to cool down my people. Extraordinary situations call for extraordinary action. And my taking off this mask is not that I do not respect the COVID pandemic, but this is an extraordinary situation that requires an extraordinary action. And I don't want anybody to miss my words. That's why I have to be as audible as possible. I hope President and my fellow leaders will excuse me. Countrymen and women, Zambia decided to be a multi-party democracy in 1991. We saw what was happening prior to 1991, that people had no respect for human rights, that government was doing things with impunity without consulting anybody. And because we wanted to have freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, freedom to protest, and also making decisions that go with consultation and consensus, we decided we have to be a multi-party state. Let me pay tribute to President Chiluba the late and his colleagues who formed the movement for multi-party democracy for us to achieve the so-called democracy that we are enjoying, which is now under threat by the Lungu regime. I want to appeal to President Edgar Lungu to check his conscience. I want to appeal to all those who are in President Edgar Lungu's cabinet to check their conscience and really do an introspective of themselves and see whether they are living to the tenets of the democracy that we all came together, regardless of region, regardless of tribe. Everybody just came together to support the multi-party democracy, MMD, in order for us to achieve democratic dispensation in terms of our political activities in this country. What is happening now is very worrying. What is happening now, if we don't stand up to it, will lead this country into problems. Nobody, and I mean nobody, would derive any pleasure in seeing that this country goes to ruins, or indeed that this country starts experiencing some kind of anarchy. We all want peace. We all want to live side by side. We all want to be a brother's keeper. We all want to work together, those in government and those in the opposition. The only problem that we have at the moment is that those in government today feel that the opposition are enemies. This should not be the case. My understanding, President Hakainde understanding, Lukuku's understanding, ADD's understanding, and all alliance partners' understanding is that those in government and those in the opposition must be complementary, partners in the development of this country. Nobody wants to see Zambia go down. We all want to see only the best life for our people. Politics is about improving the living standards of the people. It's not a competition of who's intelligent, who is not intelligent. It's not a competition of who has the muscle to intimidate others. It is a competition of good policies, good programs that will enhance the best living standards of our people. But what is going on in this country is that some people now think that they've got the monopoly of wisdom. Where I come from, we say, amano mambulwa, yafuma muifwesa, ya mchuru. Amano mambulwa, yafuma muifwesa, ya mchuru. I want to specifically address the Electoral Commission of Zambia. Colleagues in the Electoral Commission of Zambia, you are supposed to protect the electoral process of this country for and on behalf of the people of Zambia. But what we are seeing now is that it appears the Electoral Commission of Zambia has only an interest to protect those who are in government, particularly the Patriotic Front and its president, President Lukuku. My dear brothers in the Electoral Commission of Zambia, please check yourselves, check your conscience, and see whether your behavior of late is a behavior that can be accepted. Let me be very candid to state that we are not going to allow anybody, whether president, whether policeman, whether the army, or indeed anybody, to play with our electoral process, to tamper with our electoral process, because the electoral process provides for this country to be governed in a democratic dispensation. But what we are seeing now is that it appears the current Electoral Commission of Zambia has an agenda to assist those in government to move from multi-party participatory democracy to one-party state, which I believe each and every Zambian will not accept. Why am I saying this? Look, countrymen and women, every year when there is a registration of voters, this has never been done in a period of 1 year. In a period of 1 month. I want to challenge any Zambian, any reasonable Zambian, to tell me from independence in 1964, where the registration of voters has been given a period of 1 month. Look, we are talking of capturing about 9 million voters. Now tell me, what system are you going to use that is going to enable you capture all the voters within a period of 30 days? What system are you going to use that is going to make you capture 9 million voters within a period of one month? For us in the Alliance, we believe that this is one way of trying to differentiate the people of Zambia from voting. And this, we are not going to sit and watch. We are calling upon those in government to seriously consider calling for an endeavor that should involve the Electoral Commission of Zambia, that should involve all political parties, that should involve the church and civil society, and any interested Zambian citizens, so that we can come and agree on the way forward in as far as registration of voters is concerned. We must come and consult each other and decide how long are we going to undertake this registration process. And secondly, how the resources are going to be shared in terms of provinces. Because we are reliably informed that the 1 month period that they've given, there is a plan to say if they go to Southern Province, they are going to announce that we don't have enough material and give them only maybe about 15 days to do the registration of voters, and give the areas where the PF is popular more days so that they can capture more people. We don't want anybody to play with the electoral process of this country. We want fairness. And obviously, our core as opposition alliance, as NDC, as UPND, and our other partners, is that the registration of voters must be done within a period of 90 days, so that we give each and every Zambian an opportunity to register and be part of the 2021 election. And when you analyze, countrymen and women, October is a serious farming period. Most of the people will be preparing their fields in order for them to have food security. How can you call for registration of voters in October when people will be preparing their fields? In Northern Province, the Northern Circuit, Luapula, Muchinga, and the Northwestern Province, the rains start early and people start to cultivate their fields by October. Meaning, therefore, that nobody will be prepared to go and stand on a queue to register as a voter as opposed to going to prepare their fields. So you want people not to register, as many people as possible to register as voters, so that you can keep a few